asking. My name is Vahid Chitsaz, part of the Elite Mastermind group. Thank you for taking this time and being with us this morning.
Yeah,
Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Let us know where you're coming in from.
yeah, sure. So I'm coming live here from Chicago. It's actually a sunny day, which is nice because we've had pretty much rain for the past, I don't know how long. But yeah, I am founder and CEO and executive chef of a company called Moon Meals. We make these really delicious grab and go plant-based meals. We're in about 200 locations across 3 states and major retailers like Whole Foods, Albertsons, Kroger.
Awesome. I saw one article, it said 187 stores. So now you've gone to 200. I like that. That's awesome. That's cool. Let's dive
Yeah.
into Think and Grow Rich. How did you come up with the idea and how did the book and the materials help you?
Yeah, so for me, I came up with the idea. I used to work for large food companies like Kraft, Conagra, and Nestle. And I got really frustrated that a lot of these companies were just putting out garbage, to be honest with you. And, for me growing up, I was a fat kid because I would eat that garbage and would gain a lot of weight. And so, I self-taught myself how to make healthier versions of food that I love to eat so I can be able to lose weight and then run the Chicago Marathon. And I'm now, to God be the glory, done 3 marathons, which is really cool. And yeah, I left that now 7 years ago, and I started this company because I wanted to make it easier for people that wanted to eat healthy, but maybe they didn't have a whole lot of money or they didn't have a whole lot of time. And so I made it easy so they got some quick grab and go. In terms of the book, I've read principles in that book that I live by almost every day is like basically, start where you are, right? A lot of people, they have this big grandiose dream, I'll be a billionaire and all that type of stuff. Most billionaires didn't start off being a billionaire. They started off being maybe a thousandaire or maybe a hundredaire, then a millionaire, then a billionaire. And so for me, I said, hey, let me start small. When we first started the business, we didn't have these like really convenient grab and go meals. When I first started the business, we were a catering company. And then from there, people said this food's really good. We wish it was more affordable and more portable. And so then we just went where our customer wanted us to go. We then transitioned to, we did small catering, then we did large catering. Then we started servicing mom and pop coffee shops with kind of prototype versions of this. And it did extremely well. And that gave me the data to then go to a major retailer like Albertsons and say, hey, give us a shot. They gave us a shot in 3 stores. It was selling better than traditional regular meat sandwiches. And because this is vegan, we make our own proprietary vegan meats, cheeses, and sauces that go in here. And they say, hey, let's put it in all 188 of our stores across 3 states. And that's where we are today. So, start small, grow
I got
big.
a question. When you are going as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or someone thinking about going to business, or you just want to have a side hustle to just make extra income for your family, you don't have to become a full-blown entrepreneur,
Yep,
quit
sure.
everything, go blow it out, get a business going on and get all these just you want to make a few extra $1,000 on the side. There's nothing wrong with that. My
Sure.
question is this: when you went through those challenges building a business, what kept you going? And how can other people learn from that so when they go through these ups and downs and the turbulences and the challenges and difficult time, and frankly a lot of naysayers, a lot of individuals saying no to them, rejections, objections, a lot of these different things that can happen to you, how do you keep yourself motivated and positive?
That's a great question. I think the number one thing that kept me motivated now for 7 years is being really clear on the value that I bring to the world. And so, there's a lot of people that make sandwiches. At the end of the day, I make sandwiches. And there's a lot of people that make sandwiches, but I felt that I brought a unique value proposition in the taste profile of the product that I was making. I couldn't find anything else out there like it. I still can't, by the way. And so I said, hey, let me put this out in the marketplace because I would buy this. This is something that's bringing value to my life and also is bringing value to, people that have a profile like me, which is basically a lot of millennial professionals that they're looking for something quick on the go and that tastes good and they don't feel like they're sacrificing. So I was really, I knew that I was bringing a lot of value in that way because people would come to me and say, oh my God, like you gave me a real option where I feel like I can eat healthy, but I don't feel like I'm sacrificing. I think also, at the end of the day, I felt like I was wasting a lot of time in corporate America. I learned a lot, working for these large food companies, but I would be sitting in meetings and, you know, I would have these ideas and people wouldn't want to execute them or they wouldn't want to do them. And I said, okay, well, let me go out and try it myself. Now, it was hard. You know, when I used to work for Kraft, I had $20 million to work with to launch products. And I didn't have that, you know, launching my own product. So, but I knew that I had a good idea because I would have these ideas and people weren't listening. But then when I would go off and even just try to do some stuff on the consulting side and I would see it work really well, talk about a side business. I did consulting on the side too. I would see it work really well. And I said, well, I should be doing this for myself. And so during those tough times, like I almost went homeless 3 times in the past 7 years. I'm lucky the past 2 years have been very good for me. But, you know, when those tough times came, you know, I had to remind myself, okay, remember when you were sitting in that boardroom and you were saying your ideas and people weren't listening? Do you want to go back to that? Because I had job offers then. So I had a job offer and I got an eviction notice on my door. And I said no to the job. I said, because I remember what I will be going back to. So I just, you know, kept going with where I'm going. And, you know, now luckily, you know, I built a really great company that's bringing value to people by eliminating those barriers to those healthy meals.
I love it. I love it. And you said something that's very, very key, important thing for a lot of people to take away, and myself, is that you went back and you reminded yourself of the feeling the way it was, and you didn't want to go back. And just the fact that you can remember where you come from or what was that feeling, that's also very, very, very important. That you need to keep that in mind. It's like almost a feeling that you bottle up and you keep with yourself all the time, and you kind of look at it, you're like, I don't want to go back to this, but I'm going to keep it over here because I want to remind myself how crappy I felt, how bad it was, how good it was, or what I learned, but this is an indication of what I don't want. So I don't want to go back to this, and I want to continue moving forward. And you made a choice. I don't think individuals sacrifice. I think you made a choice not to go back to get a job because you know deep inside, you know that you're going to make it. Even though sometimes that the amount of power that has is very little, you just keep it alive. It's just like when you go do camping. I don't know if you've gone camping.
Yeah.
When you go camping, you got that little fire going on, and you know it's almost about to be out. But if you go get wood and get materials with that little fire, you can make a big fire. So it's just like, you know, sometimes our goals and dreams, they don't have that much, but there's still fire. It's not out completely. It's still there. But with that little fire, I mean, you could put the entire forest on fire, but I don't recommend doing that. But the point is, you can make a lot of fire from a little fire. So
Absolutely.
that's I see a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, for me, you talk about like the naysayers. I had even, you know, our retail partners say, you know, I don't know if this is going to sell, you know, and definitely I had friends and family that were like, you know, you had a good job with good benefits, you know, why would you leave that? I'm the only person in my family to be an entrepreneur, so this journey was not like a well-worn path. Like most people in my industry, they'll be like, oh, my dad did this before. I had a sandwich business. Now I'm doing the sandwich business. For me, I'm the first person in my family to be doing this, so they thought I was crazy. But you know, now they look at me and they're like, oh man, I read about you in this article. I saw you on TV. I saw you do this, all that type of stuff. And you know, I think it's just knowing like what innate gifts that God or whoever the higher power that you pray to has put in you. I feel like I was uniquely designed to do what I do, to sell this product, to create new food products that people want. I feel like I was uniquely made to do this. And I feel like if I was doing anything else, I wouldn't be living up to my full potential. And anyone that knows me from since I was a little kid knows that I've always been like that extra guy that lives up to his full potential. Like, you know, I'm the dude that you say, you know, come business casual and I'm in a full suit, you know, like that's just me. I live up to my full potential. I feel like everyone should do that. And that is like the key to happiness.
I agree with that 100%. Listen, I appreciate you taking this time and being with us today. Hopefully we'll get to do more. Definitely keep it up. I think this is just the beginning for you. I think if your product is good, you're putting a good value out there for people, and you're passionate about it, and you go after and hustle every single day. Listen, success is bound to happen. If not today, it's going to happen tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it's just going to come down. But you want to enjoy the journey, because now you get to talk about it, and you're going to talk about this whole entire interview in about 5 years. You're like, listen, back then I had the time to spend 30 minutes, 40 minutes on Instagram Live. Now I don't even have that time because we're nationwide now. We're too busy.
Yep.
So then I have to probably get to your gatekeeper. I have to call your assistant to get a time
Yeah.
with you to sit down and talk. So it's a good problem to have, but enjoy the journey. And I know a lot of individuals are on their path. The whole message is do not give up. As long as you don't give up, shit will happen for you. Just
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
you got it, brother. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, man.